Hey everyone, how's it going? Today you're with Alex and I'll be previewing and giving you my tip for this game. Today we are treated to a great matchup, which sees the Miami Heat play host to the Los Angeles Lakers. This one has all the makings of a tough, low-scoring game that could go down to the wire. The Heat come into this one off a loss to the Atlanta Hawks. They went down 108 to 110 in a close game. In my preview of that game, I called for the Hawks to come away with the win, and it was a great win for them. The Heat will rue that loss. They tried to come back, but ultimately just fell short. They couldn't stop Traeyoung or Kevindurant, who put up nearly 50 points between them. The Heat were led by Bam Adebayo, who put up 21 points, and Duncan Robinson, who put up 19 of his own, which consisted of 5 threes. Jimmy Butler was subpar, as he only had 13 points, but did have 8 assists. The games where Butler is quiet, those are the ones that the Heat tend to lose, so he needs to look to score more. The Heat will have to forget about that loss and look to redeem themselves on their home court against the Lakers. The Lakers come into this one off a win against the Orlando Magic. They won 116 to 105. It was a tale of two halves, as the Magic were doing well in the first half before the Lakers took control in the second. They were led by none other than LeBronjames, who finished with a game-high 29 points, which he put up in 33 minutes. Carmelo Anthony was phenomenal, finishing with 23 points and went 4 out of 5 from beyond the arc. Westbrook was solid with 18 points and also had 11 rebounds and 7 assists. The Lakers could welcome back Anthony Davis for this match, which would greatly bolster their offense. The Lakers will need to up the intensity, as the Heat are a whole other beast. This is a tough game to predict. With the outs of PJ Tucker and the potential inclusion of Anthony Davis, that really levels things up. For the Heat to win, I'll be looking for Jimmy Butler to lead. He's the barometer for this team. He needs to really get the scoreboard ticking over. Without Lowry or Hero, he will really need to step up his game. Bam Adebayo was good against the Hawks, and I'll be expecting him to play equally well again. Guys like Robinson, Martin, and Vincent really need to contribute well, as they will be undermanned for this game. Defense is a strength for the Heat, and I'll be expecting them to bring the heat on that end. With Davis potentially returning and Tucker being out, everyone will need to step up their defensive efforts. The Heat must find some way of containing LeBron. LeBron was absent for the last game between these two sides, and the Lakers still won. He's in rich form right now, so the Heat must look to make life hard for him. The Heat will be out to redeem themselves, and I will be expecting them to come out fired up for this blockbuster contest. For the Lakers to win, I will look for LeBron to lead. Even if Davis does return, he will have to make sure that his output does not fade too much. He should still be looking to go for at least 25 points in this game. If Davis does return, he will be on limited minutes, so I will also be looking for Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony to really up their game. They were both great against the Magic and will need to play just as well. Carmelo Anthony must look to knock down his shots, whilst Westbrook must be looking to drive to the rim with his explosiveness. Defensively, they need to be switched on, as even with Hero and Lowry being out, the Heat can still run up a good score. The Lakers' defense has been poor this year, so the Heat will look to exploit that. Butler will be out to rack up the points, and Bam really looked comfortable in his last game. The Heat can also knock down their shots from beyond the arc, so the Lakers must be strong defensively all over the court. The Lakers must come in with intensity and let the Heat know they can match them on both ends of the court. Like I said, this is a tough game to pick, but I will back the Lakers, who are coming in as underdogs. The omission of PJ Tucker and the potential return of Davis really does level this game up. The Heat are still without Lowry and Hero, which will continue to hurt them. PJ Tucker would have had the job on LeBron James, and without him, they may turn to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy is a good defender, but they won't want him to defend LeBron too much and potentially rack up fouls, as he is too important on the offensive end. The return of Anthony Davis will have the Lakers at pretty much full health. The Lakers team starts to look pretty deep now with all their players back. This is the time for the Lakers to sink or swim. They are sitting at a record of .500. They need to get things moving to get out of the play-in picture and establish themselves as a genuine contender again. It must start with a strong performance against the Miami Heat. The return of Davis does take pressure off LeBron, and these two know each other's games very well. I'll be expecting a very close game that could go down to the wire, but the Lakers may have just enough to sneak by against an undermanned Heat team. Look for LeBron to lead the Lakers to a tough win against a tough team on the road. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe as I'll be uploading videos every day. Thank you for watching.